So I was recently coaching a student and he told me an insane story that is both funny and sad and perfectly illustrates why most men stay stuck in dating and why they have miserable dating lives for years. So this particular student, before we started working together, he literally had zero experience with women, no dates, nothing. And now after a few months of working together, he's having some success and he was talking to one of his friends about it. Now his friend is classically okay with women. He's getting some dates with dating apps and social circle, and this was a relatively good friend of my students. Now before we started working together, obviously this guy had a much better dating life than my student because my student had a non-existent dating life. But now as he's gotten a little bit better, this friend had actually started asking advice from my student. And my student said, look, I mean, you should try real life approaches because you have a lot of freedom. You can date whoever you want to date. And I've been trying it and it's, difficult, but it's working out for me pretty well. And the friend of the student said this, oh, well, yeah, it works for you because you had a good chin. And my student was like, what are you talking about? A good chin? Seriously? Now, it sounds completely ridiculous, but the funny thing is that the friend of my student actually believed what he was saying. He actually thought that it was because of his bad chin or my student's relatively good chin was the reason why he was able to approach women in real life. So imagine, what kind of lies has this guy been telling himself to actually believe that the problem of his dating life and the reason of his inability to talk to women in real life is because of his chin? Now, it's a pretty funny story, but it's actually pretty sad because it illustrates the utter lies that guys tell themselves to avoid facing the uncomfortable truth. Now, this guy was telling that the reason that he was not able to talk to women was because of his chin. Some other guys say it's because of their looks, because of their height, because of their lack of money, because of their city, essentially anything external, and saying, well, it's not really my fault that I cannot do this, it's something external. And the reason that guys say this is because they're unable to look in the mirror and face the uncomfortable truth. And the fact is, if you cannot talk to a woman in real life, and you haven't tried to do so, the real reason is that you are afraid and you are a fucking pussy. I'm sorry to say this, but that is the real reason. And a lot of guys cannot face this uncomfortable truth because that would force themselves to take ownership and make a choice. Well, do I continue living like this and being a pussy, or am I gonna change? But people don't want to change, hence they rationalize, oh, well, it's because of my chin, or it's because of my arms, it's because of my clothes, it's because of my height, it's because of my car, everything else. And imagine how ridiculous that sounds. I mean, when my student heard the friend say this, he was like, he just couldn't believe it. Like, are you serious? The guy was fully convinced that it was because of his chin. Probably the guy subconsciously realizes that it's not the real reason, but he cannot even admit to himself. So he has to lie to my student, to his friend, and also ultimately to himself that, hey, it's the chin's problem. If only I had a better chin, then I would be able to do it. And the funny thing is that my student has normal chin. There's nothing about this chin. Like, there's nothing great about this chin. These are kind of like the lies that people tell, and you need to be aware of this. Like, are you telling such lies yourself? Those are lies that you want to believe in, but those are just lies. This is not the real truth. The real truth is that you are afraid. You're afraid to go outside, talk to women, and you're unable to deal with that fear. That's why you're staying stuck. And the first step is realizing, hey, this is the truth, and admitting truth to yourself, because once you admit the truth, then you can face the truth, face the music, and start working on it. But if you're gonna keep telling yourself lies to make yourself feel better, things are not gonna change. So recognize the hard reality, recognize the hard truths. Don't hide from the truth. Don't hide from the mirror. Face the mirror, look in the mirror, be honest with yourself, and stop blaming things on external factors. All the blame, 100% of the blame goes on you. Once you face that reality, you're gonna be able to change your dating life. And lastly, I enjoy being your wingman. I enjoy supporting you on your journey, on your dating life. And these videos are complete for free. But we do have a Wingman's Pact on this channel. And a Wingman's Pact says that all you gotta do to keep these videos coming is to subscribe to the channel, abide by the Wingman's Pact. It is a pact. I'm not gonna check on you under the bed. But please abide by the pact, and I'll see you in the next video.